Hallo Leute, willkommen zur Folge von Doki Doki Blue Skies. Letzte Folge hatten wir, Dings mit Juri, die kleine Diskussion, denn wir wollten sie dazu bringen, beziehungsweise eigentlich fragen eher, ob sie sich den anderen anvertrauen und alles, so mit ihrer ganzen Ritz-Affäre da und ja, das hat natürlich zu einer kleinen Diskussion geführt, denn das war natürlich etwas, was Juri noch nicht will, was bei Juris Charakter verständlich ist. Sie will es nicht die anderen als Last Zufall, ja doch. Und ja. Und andererseits hatten wir auch allerdings ein Telefonat mit unserer Mutter, die uns ein bisschen ausgefragt hat und alles so. Und jetzt auch Bescheid weiß eben über die Beziehung mit Yuri. Und dann haben wir noch Yuri kontaktiert und sind zu ihr rübergegangen. Ich glaube, wir hatten noch einen spezifischen Grund für hierher zu kommen. Aber ich weiß nicht mehr warum. Aber egal. Das werden wir vielleicht wieder sehen oder rausfinden, sobald wir hier hier durch erkunden und alles. Entschuldigt. Oh mein Gott. Ich nehme halt direkt, warte, ich bin seit gut 20 Minuten wach und ich nehme direkt auf eben, also ich werde hier vorankommen. Also, ich würde sagen, wir verschwenden nicht so viel Zeit und legen dann los. Also, after exchanging a kiss, I take a seat on the bed right next to Yuri. She's blushing slightly. You know, your bedroom looks exactly how I imagined it would. What do you mean? It just looks really elegant and tidy. Much like you. And of course only you would have a huge bookshelf right to your bed. How many times have you tried to reach over the bookshelf while you were snuggled on the sheets? She smiles bashfully. It never stops being heartwarming. Maybe a few times. By the way, Kazuma, would you like to see my get your mind off the gutter, Kazuma? Your what? I'm painfully aware of the suggestive tone the conversation has suddenly adopted. Judging by the various blushing Yuri's face, it's safe to say that I'm not the only one. Although you probably think it's really weird. Wait. Are we thinking of different things? She reaches toward her desk and pulls out a medium-sized black box. Well, you remember I said I had a knife collection? A wave of understanding washes over me. I have to fight the urge to laugh at myself. My god, this issue could have been made a million times more awkward. Oh, you want me to show you nice? You're not weirded out by it? Nah, at one point I was tempted to get you a knife for Christmas, but I figured you already had a few. Besides, I don't know what type of knives you like. I'm kinda curious, to be honest. I've never met someone who collects them. So yeah, go ahead. Oh. Apprehension is still visible on her face, but after swallowing nervously, she gently opens the lid. Wow. You weren't kidding when you said you had a collection, were you? So it must be really weird. I don't even know why I even suggested it. She moves to snap the lid shut, but I reach out and gently grasp her hands. The eyes flickers across her features as she looks at me. If I look closely, I can detect shame in her eyes. It's not weird at all. I accept who you are a long time ago, Yuri. Please don't feel ashamed. Plus, I really want to see those knives of yours. Really? I smile reassuring at her. Mein Gott. Mein Gehirn scheint auch noch zu schlafen. So. Yes. If you're sure. She gently reopens the box and pulls out a small knife. Is this one a dagger? It looks too small to be a knife. It is indeed. This one actually comes from the 18th century, and if I recall, it's also from Spain. Spanish, huh? I slowly take the dagger from you and hold it in my hands. The hilt is silver, and the blade comes with a golden sheath. Carefully, I unsheath it. This one isn't particularly sharp, but I would still recommend it exercising caution. I turn it over my hand. It's not exactly a large weapon, but the craftsmanship is undeniable. During the Renaissance age, a dagger such as this one was actually used as part of everyday dress. In fact, daggers were only weapons that commoners were permitted to carry. The dagger was very popular in Spain, where it was referred to as either a dagger or a punal. Ich hab das wahrscheinlich komplett falsch ausgesprochen. I sheathed the knife and handed it back to Yuri, who puts it back into the box. You really know your stuff, huh? It's really admirable how intelligent you are. Books, science, knives. Is there any limit to your knowledge? She blushes and averts her eyes into the box. You're too kind, Kazuma. My eyes are drawn to a rather large curved knife that sits in the middle of the box. Wow, this one has a really cool shape. As you move away from the base of the table, it curves to the side, to the point where the head is a very different angle. Ah, this one has a fascinating history. Her face has lit up, and passion flashed behind her eyes. It's the type of fervor I see only when she's talking about her books. It's actually called the Kokiri, and it's an icon of Nepal. Do you see how the head of the plate is at an angle? Is at an angle? This gives the Kokiri immense chopping power. You see, it is a knife designed to stab or slice, although you can of course still do that. The height and weight of the blade means that it's very effective cutting through flesh. In fact, it's even able to cleanly chop limbs off. I think I know a few fictional serial killers who'd love to use a weapon like this one. But what's with all the little notch above the handle? Essentially, it's to stop blood from dripping onto the user's hand, and would make the hand slippery and impractical. Man, I had no idea that so much thought went into the design of these things. To me, knives are just simple cutting tools with a straight edge. Guess it goes to show how much I know. I don't blame you for thinking like that. An interest in knives is highly the norm, so it's given that you wouldn't give them that much thought. She holds the Kokiri up and slowly turns down her hands. From her expression, it's clear that she's admiring the blade. I'll admit that it's a little unusual. After all, if someone told me that one day I'd be looking at my girlfriend admiring a dangerous weapon, I wouldn't believe them. But reading the theory, it's opened my eyes. It's helped me see that people have a variety of interests. Anyway, it's refreshing to see a uniqueness in a person. What is it about knives that you like so much? I remember you talking about it a long time ago, but I can't remember what it is you said. There are many reasons, some of which make more sense than others, I suppose. Let's start with a simple reason: craftsmanship. An untold number of hours go into creating the knives as you see them. The weight, the feel, the sharpness, the length, the design, the color. That's also the rather dark associations that knives have. Because am I wrong in thinking that there's something inherently fascinating with the macabre? I thought to fear the darkness, but there's something so intriguing about it. You know, if I think about it, I can see what you mean. Like, if you take Kalin, for example, it's pretty much a festival dedicated to that, right? It's pretty commercialized, but I've always enjoyed it. Telling ghost stories, scaring each other, seeing all of the gruesome costumes people wear. Yuri nods in earnest. Fear is such an enigma. Different people fear different things. Some people love horror movies, yet others balk at the very thought. And when it comes to knives, well, you only need to look at the world around you to see what kind of reputation they have. The knives never judge you. Have you ever used these knives to cut yourself? I immediately berated myself for asking such a question like that, yet he war ein bisschen... Ui. It sounded way less sensitive in my head. I'm surprised you even had to ask that. You have so many and a lot of these knives look, well, they're really big and they look really sharp. You stay silent. I'm just worried about you, that's all. More silent, it's going more uncomfortable the second. I know you are, Kazuma. And it means a lot to me that you care. I was so afraid that you'd break up with me once you saw my scars. Break up with you? No, of course not. If anything, it's made me want to be with you more. Why? Well, I want to see you get better. And I actually want to do some research on self-harm with you. Ah, jetzt weiß ich schon, stimmt. Er hat davon der Hauptcharakter hat davon geredet, dass er allerdings als erstes alleine Recherchen wollte machen über Selbstverletzung und jetzt hat sich entschieden, damit Juris zu machen. Look at some theory options, but that won't be necessary. The finality in Yuri's voice tells me that. I've only heard such as a assertion in a voice maybe once. Why not? Because I don't want to go to therapy. Don't you want to stop cutting? Self-harming is the only way I've ever known how to deal with my issues. It's the only way I've been able to express myself. But we both know it's not a healthy way to deal with your feelings, Yuri. What if you cut too deeply? Or, I don't know, cut a vein or something? I won't. I know which places are soft to cut and which specific areas to avoid. It doesn't make me feel much better, you know. I'm sorry. She sighs deeply. To be honest, I knew that you'd eventually ask me to try therapy. I know it's probably hard for you to see it like this, but for me, it's really not that simple. Then help me understand. Please. If I must. Although I warn you, you're not going to understand at all. Anyway. She reaches into the box and takes out a silver knife. As she speaks, she rolls it between her fingers, taking her utmost care not to accidentally cut herself. Like I said, self-harming has been the only way I've ever been able to deal with my feelings. And yes, I know it's maladaptive. But you have to understand that for me it's like a routine. It may not be a good approach, but it's the only approach I have. And what is the whole point of therapy? To get me to stop self-harming? In other words, losing the only way I've ever known how to control myself. I simply couldn't imagine another way of dealing with things. Plus, the thought of opening a complete stranger about my innermost insecurities is simply unimaginable. I hid it from my parents, I hid it from you. The only reason you knew about my habit was simply through chance. There's an awful lot of vulnerability and blind trust to put into a random stranger, don't you think? As much as I hate to admit it, yeah, I can definitely see what she means. It's easy for me to stand here and ask her to see a therapist, but it's a whole different story for her. If it's any consolation, Kazuma, I don't I don't exactly cut frequently. I won't deny that it still happens, but ever since we started dating, it happens a little less. Really? Yes. Having someone to talk to. Someone who's open-minded, who's willing to listen to me ramble on about literature or look at knives with me. It does make a difference. She slowly inches her face closer to mine. It's amazing how much of a difference just one person can make. So thank you. She tentatively reaches her arms out for a hug. I comply instantly and pull her close. Her head rests against my chest. Yuri, look, I get it. I know you don't want to see a therapist. But can you at least promise me that you'll think about it? For my sake or for yours? She looks up at me. Kazuma, please, I'm serious. I know you don't want to, but this is something I can't ignore. Okay. I promise I'll at least consider it. But please don't get your hopes up, okay? Alright. That's all I can ask for now. She nods slowly. By the way, I've been meaning to ask you. Would you like to read the first ghost story I ever read with me? You still got it on you? Of course, it's one of the strongest reminders I have of my parents. Sadness flickers over her features. I'm quick to reply. Of course, where is it? She motions to a book resting snugly in the bookshelf next to her bed. Even though it's a little sad to think about how the book serves as a memory of her dead parents, it's endearing that it's so close to her bed. Almost like a guardian that watches her when she sleeps. Man. Almost right. I really do sound like Yuri. Und das war's. Okay, das heißt, wir lesen das zusammen, ohne dass wir dabei als Spieler teilnehmen. Okay. Ich will die ganze Folge noch gehen, wenn nicht sogar die nächste Folge. Wahrscheinlich ein paar gleichzeitig, also ganz viele hintereinander aufnehmen. So, hey Yuri! I've been looking all over for you. Yuri starts when I call out her name, but hesitantly relaxes when she catches sight of me. Sorry, I was in the bathroom. Yeah, I figured as much when I saw that you were in your classroom. Anyway, do you want to eat lunch with me? I would love to. Come on, let's go to the roof to eat. We start walking down together down the hallway, our shoulders nearly touching. The backs of our hands brush together as we walk. Public displays of affection are strictly prohibited in our school, and Yuri is not one for breaking rules. Still, even this small touch sparks electricity between us. A stealthy link our pinky fingers together, prompting a shy smile from Yuri. We walk together in companionable silence, passing by the occasional student and hearing snatches of conversation from within classes. Kazuma, isn't this the arrow to the roof in the other direction? Huh, I guess, but I was just following you. But I was following you. Leave it to us to do something like this. We walked all the way to the first year classroom without realizing what was happening. I suppose this counts as an exercise for the week. Definitely. As she turned around to head back, I noticed you curiously peeking in one of the classrooms. Oh yeah, shouldn't Natsuki's class be around here?
She's in class 1C, if I remember correctly.
Do you want to say hi to her? Actually, we could even ask her to have lunch with us.
Okay, it would be nice to talk to her some more.
I can't recall.
I can't recall the last time Netsuki and I had lunch together.
Nice. Let's check to see if she's in then. Starting classroom door open, step inside of Yuri, following closely. Inside the classroom, we met with a few curious glances from students. That's no surprise though, given that not many people know all the upperclassmen. Netsuki's hunched over alone at her desk, scribbling on something on a piece of paper. As you approach, I'm surprised to see that rather than writing, she's drawing something. Das hab ich aber schon gedacht. Hey Netsuki, what are you drawing? Startled, she looks up and quickly whips the paper off her desk.
Yuri? Kazuma? What are you guys doing here?
Just saying hi.
Okay, hi. What Kazuma means to say is that we want to invite you to eat lunch with us.
Oh. Sure thing, not like I'm doing anything anyway. As she says this, she comes up the drawing and tosses it into the desk. Whoa, what are you doing? I reach out for the balled up drawing, but I find that my arms held back by Yui? Huh? Yui?
Just leave her be, Kazuma.
It doesn't seem right to me to just throw away hard work.
Personally, I think I can actually relate to that feeling. Doesn't cite your own work because you dislike its imperfections, or even simply because you're not long in the mood. It's just all part of the creative process.
Yeah, that's spot on.
Kazuma, you wouldn't understand two artists like you and me.
I roll my eyes at that remark. Alright, whatever floats your boat. Still, wouldn't you want to be able to see your past work? Like, just to see how far you've come? Well, yeah, but it's not like I trash every single thing I made that I don't like.
Some things just don't work out.
And to add on that, it's better to let some of your work go rather than constantly dwell on all of its flaws. I guess I can see that, but it must still suck to have your time wasted like that.
It's whatever. Why don't we just go eat now?
Sounds good to me. We step out and make our way to the roof.
It's nice to get some fresh air for once.
The cool breeze ruffles the hair a bit. It's not too cold though, as the sunshine provides comforting warmth.
Don't you get fresh air during the physical education period?
I mean, yeah, but who likes PE? True. By the way, Natsuki, what were you doing before?
Nothing.
Really looked a bit like a manga to looked a bit like manga to me. Natsuki's eyes flickered to you for a half second.
Why are you wrong?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with it if you were. Lots of people aspire to be manga artists. Why do you think there's a manga club? Isn't that right, Yuri? I nudged you with my elbow, pumping a response from her.
What? Oh, I suppose so.
Natsuki crosses her arms and looks away. Don't tell me she's gonna start pouting now. Natsuki has tried to silently communicate with Yuri through my facial expressions. Yuri mumbles a question at me that I tried to answer by pointedly looking at Natsuki. A look of understanding slowly dawns on Yuri's face.
Kazuma's right, pursuing a career in the arts is nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, I particularly see the appeal back on myself, but what I like and dislike isn't the end all, be all of a subject. In fact, many people may find my desire for a degree in Japanese literature to be largely pointless. So, what I mean to say is, take pride in your interests.
Thanks for that. A genuine smile spreads across Natsuki's face that Yuri turns gratefully.
But just so you know, it's not like I'm totally set on wanting to be a mangaka. It's just a hobby for now. Plus, I wasn't even drawing manga, it was just a character concept.
Better than anything I could do, that's for sure.
But like, that's hard to achieve.
Hey, it's not like I ever taken art lessons before.
Neither have I.
Natsuki's smile is soon replaced by a halfy grin of triumph. Looks like the old Natsuki's back. You know, Yuri chuckles at her antics.
Anyway, shall we sit and eat lunch before lunch is over?
You bet I'm starving.
Oh, okay, Sayori.
Having settled down, Yuri takes out her bento box as I pull my own lunch bag off my back. Oh, haben wir dieses Mal es nicht vergessen. Ich hab während den Satz bin ich jetzt zweimal auf Englisch gewechselt. Also fast gewechselt, besser gesagt. Ich hab nämlich gesagt, anstatt dieses Mal habe ich fast this time gesagt. Oh. The substance consists of extremely healthy options of 2 packaged bags. Ja,
yakisoba bread, and my personal favorite, curry bread. As he opened the curry bread's cellophane, I pause. Eski's been sitting with her arms wrapped around her legs, making no movements to bring out her lunch. Eski hat kein Essen dabei und Schimmer wir geben ihr wahrscheinlich etwas zu essen. It looks like she's staring into space. Hey Eski, where's your lunch? Uh-huh. She sounds a bit of my question. I forgot it. Oh, did she leave it in your desk? You can go back if you get it if you like. No, I mean I forgot it at home. But she didn't even check her bag for it. It's fine, don't worry about me. I tossed my yakisoba bread at her. Here, I don't know how much you like this stuff, but it's better than nothing. A look of, I don't know, shock, surprise, maybe? Whatever emotion it is, it caused her eyes to widen for a moment. How low of an opinion must she have of me to be this surprised? Are you sure? Yeah, it's not like I'm gonna starve if I give it to you. Ich glaube, es war nicht Dings Überraschung im Sinn von, dass Kazuma so ein netter Typ ist, sondern eher einfach denkst, dass Menschen ihr generell Essen geben, weil sie wahrscheinlich durch ihr Vater anderes gewöhnt ist. Okay then, thanks. She enthusiastically tears the plastic package apart and jumps down at fried noodles and bread. Ah, did you skip breakfast or is that just your favorite type of bread? At my question, Natsuki seems to choke on her bite for a second before hastily chewing and swallowing. Das war nicht so guter Satz. I skipped breakfast. I think this is like a hungry day for me too. You know these days when you can never get full? I can relate to that. That most likely results from an unhealthy diet. Are you including me in that statement? Well, I can't argue against that. I do not have an unhealthy diet. Okay, maybe I bake a lot of pastries myself. But, wait. Looks like Netsuki's out of excuses. Just a minute, Netsuki, you're totally unhealthy. I mean, you don't play any sports and you basically live off of cupcakes. Hey, I make other things besides cupcakes. Sayuri offers up bento to Netsuki. You can't just be eating that for lunch now, so have some of mine. Huh? Really? You don't have to if you don't want to. Yes, I'm perfectly fine with sharing my meal with you. It's a good thing that I always pack an extra pair of chopsticks. I'm fine. Kazuma already gave me some bread, so... Like I said, don't worry about it. She'd be a lot more convincing if she wasn't giving the bento longing looks. Pretty good looking bento, don't you agree? I mean, yeah, but that has nothing to do with me. You sure you don't want some? Yeah, I am. With Saya pick up Yui's spare chopsticks and toss them into Netsuki's hands. Hey, what? If Yui says you can, alright? Yui nods along with my words, affirming your statement. Seriously, you'd be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't try some of her cooking. It's all homemade and tastes exactly how her mother's cooking would taste. My mom wasn't even that good at cooking. Well, I don't know how modelly my cooking is, but feel free to have some. That is, if you actually want to try it. I mean, it's not that I think it looks bad or anything. It's actually the opposite. The bento looks really good. It really does. There's a varied sampling of side dishes to choose from, ranging from watercress to grilled mackerel. And as usual, Yui's rice is perfectly fluffy with a single umeboshi plum keeping it fresh. Really, it's no bother. I understand your reservations, but in this case, they're unduly founded. Okay, if you insist. By the way, do I get any too? Oh, sorry. Jeez, Kazuma, you get to eat Yui's cooking all the time, don't you? Stop pestering her about it. Yui, I'm not pestering you, am I? Yeah, you are. Wow, Yui, you're answering to her name. I don't have to Yui to know that you are. I'm not. True. At this point, you're probably the one bothering Yui. Nah, Yui. What do you think? You're both acting like children. Da kommt die Mutterseite raus. My apologies, that was incredibly rude of me to say. No, you're right. We're totally being immature idiots. I don't know what it is about Netsuki that makes me act like a kid again. Probably her cutesy yet annoying attitude. Maybe, but you... Okay, it might be a little bit. But I was just joking. Not my fault if you can't tell when I'm being sarcastic. Alright, I think that's enough. Yui suddenly picks up a piece of fish with a chopstick and shoves it in Netsuki's mouth. Netsuki practically bowled over in surprise, dropping her chopsticks in the lap. She shoots you an incredulous look, but dutifully chews on the food. See, you. My mouth is suddenly filled with the taste of greens cooked in the saucy sauce. That's enough of you two. With a start, it appears that you finally realize what she's done. Sorry about that. I don't know what came over me. No, that was really funny. Who knew that you had this in her? I mean, as a boyfriend, I kinda knew. Oh, shut up. She jabs me on my side. Ow. Anyway, I can't believe you did that, Yui. How could you be so cool to your boyfriend of all people? You deserved it. Oh my, that was so out of character for Yui. But in a good way. Really? I wasn't exactly thinking when I did it. I just didn't know what to say, so I acted on impulse. Oh, that was so weird, wasn't it? No, Natsuki's fine. It's nice to see your fun side sometimes. Yeah, if it's that how you act when you follow your impulse, I think you should do it more. Fun. It's not as easy as you think to get over my inhibitions. Your mother's last remark nearly inaudible. But I'm glad to see that I was able to make others laugh. She says this with a gentle smile. By the way, that bite was super good. Did you really make it yourself? Mm-hmm. If you like, I could show you my recipe sometime. Yeah, definitely. I can show you how to bake stuff too. If you two combine your cooking and baking skills, you might be able to call yourself the ultimate chef. Ooh, I don't know about that. Laughing, we all dipped back into lunches again, this time with Netsuki sneaking bites of Yui's lunch. Soon enough, the food's all gone, save for a few crumbs. Right on time too, as the bell rings just when I finish covertly licking my fingers. This was fun. We should have lunch together again sometime. I'm inclined to agree. It's much more lively when when more people are invited. Well, don't get too clingy now. We can still see each other at the club, you know. Yes, I'll be seeing you two there then later. You betcha.